Back in business. I am sorry about a bit of a break between this and the last episode. You seeing as I named it, back to form. And it's been over a week since then, but work got a bit crazy and I just did not have any energy to record. As you can see, I didn't touch this since I wanted to leave at least this one job to fully be, whatchamacallit, documented. Sorry, there's a mozzie in front of me. Alright, where to begin? I think I want to continue doing this. So I remember finishing up here last time. I think it's just the train itself I still have to do. Like, I could turn the train off, but what's the fun in that? And I have lowered the volume again because I kind of realized that maybe it was too loud again last time. Not the best with that, but hey, I'm not trying to be. I should at least be considerate of people who may listen. Yeah, get ahead of it. Yeah. There we go. That's the train done. Alright, what's next? Castle? Outskirts. Kinda want to say it's the castle for last, even though like you should go from the top down. Let's just scope this out. How would I go about the castle last? Would it just be this? Oh, that's where the gnome is. Or would it be the entirety of the parapets and courtyard? I think that parapets, I'm not brushed up on my castle terminology. Also, sorry if I'm a bit quieter than normal. My mic's a little further away because I'm not drinking through a straw like I normally do because I'm having some bourbon. So I need the extra space for my glass. Not because it's so hard for me to determine what I want to do with the castle, I will do it now. No. No. There we go. I think I had it too long before. Up we go. Oop. Hit the flag. Right, so I can't get up higher. Gotcha. I think maybe the water's a little bit too quiet, because I do like to at least hear it, so it means other people might like to hear it too. There we go, that sounds better. Ah! Help me, I have fallen and cannot get up. Back down. So, what's been new? And what can I feel comfortable talking about? I mean, I did have my second therapy session. I think that also happened between last visit and this one. That wasn't great, but hey, I'm trying. It's because I don't get how people go straight into therapy and just feel comfortable enough to just basically trauma dump. Like, I don't know this person, why should I trust him with the worst parts of me that even I don't want to deal with? I know that's kind of what I'm paying him for, but in the the same instance. He also got very concerned with the slightest thing I told him. With that being, I did not plan on making it past 18, which I did not think was that uncommon. Apparently, it's enough for concern. I don't think it should be, considering I'm now well past 18. That ship has well and truly sailed. Alright, now I do need to bring this back up. Look, 3. Yeah, there we go. Like, I could understand if I was like early 20s and brought that up, but I'm pushing 30. And I haven't really been upfront with the fact that I've come to terms with the fact that it's not a way out for me. Something I've discovered about myself. It's just not something that's going to happen. Not saying the actual word because, you know, guidelines and whatnot. Not like I'm making money off this, but don't want to have to not upload this because of that, because I'm just not editing around it, because like I said, I don't like my voice. Is that not? No, it's a shadow, okay. Yeah. I kinda had a big mental health crisis about a year ago now. No, 2 years ago now. You know, I got as close to, basically as close as I've got. Because it was during the writing of a certain letter that I had a full breakdown and realized it wasn't gonna happen. At least not anywhere in the near future. I do still kind of subscribe to the fact that I'm gonna go out on my own terms. But we got a good while before that's gonna happen. Oh, this has been a very dark start. Not that I find it dark, but I know other people will. Okay. Something lighter. I want to go see the new Michael Jackson movie because that's out now, but when I went to look at all the times, there was no times that suited me, that had seats that suited me. They were like the front row. Even in Lux, the front row isn't great. The only one that had seats in the third row, which I like for Lux, was 3 PM on a Wednesday. Which I could have seen because I was off work at that time, but I wasn't going to stick around and go to the movies in my work clothes. And I wasn't going to go home and come back straight away after changing for a movie. Plus, I just don't like seeing movies in the afternoon. Movies definitely feel more like a nighttime activity for me. We'll see if I can manage to get Frank to come see it with me. I know he wants to. Speaking of, you know, he hasn't responded. Chuck him a cheeky message seeing if he wanted to game up tonight. Not that I expect him to, because I know he's usually busy on Fridays. But you never know. I'm doing all the right things. Well, back to the sad part, but I'm doing all the right things for my mental health. It's just a matter of they don't seem to really work for me. Like even the shrink. I'm calling that. It's not just proper term. So they're like, yeah, we can recognize that you're doing all the right things. It's just not happening. especially the first 10 minutes of this episode. Even though it seems like it's all I want to talk about right now. Platinum hunting's been going, I guess. It's like I lined up 4 games in a row for my next platinum hunts. I'm not sure recording because, well, one of them could have been because it's been nothing so late, but it's too late now because I've already started it. That game being Vampire. But then I kind of got a little bored of it. So I ended up playing Prey, and I got all but the last trophy I need for Prey to get the platinum, which is complete a run with no powers. And because I just did 2 other runs to get the other trophy, which is Split Infinities, winning a run with each human and Typhon only powers. So yeah, understandably I got a bit burnt out of playing Prey after that. I am dreading trying to finish Witness because I've just got that last secret challenge trophy to do, which is a timed series of puzzles which are all randomized. And the last of those times puzzles is ones I can't wrap my head around, quite literally, as they are puzzles set on pillars which are fully wrapped around the pillar. No, you gotta move. Watch over me. So yeah, because I got up to the pillars a couple of times, I'm like, well, my brain just hates these puzzles, so I'll have to go see if I can practice on them, even though there's only one place well, 2 places they exist. One in the final area of the main game, and second in the secret area itself, just everywhere, like, in multiple places around the area with all the secret puzzle. Because yeah, it's just not something my brain's really equipped to handle for the most part. But that's okay. It's a puzzle game, it's not meant to be easy. What else? Bloodborne, which is understandably kicking my ass because I haven't played it in 5-6 years, I want to say. Yeah. So I'm just taking it very slowly with that one. And then technically Slime Rancher 2, just because it's a game I haven't played through properly, because I played in early access on PC, and then I was going to play its full release on PC and never really did properly, and then it got released for free on PlayStation through late PS Plus, so I got it there and I've been playing it there on the PlayStation, because I can get the trophy there. Plus I can't cheat, so there's no temptation there. Because it is very grindy. Grindy's a good thing sometimes when I'm forced to go through it. Because my mind is something to focus on and relax. I like this game. I could easily cheat on this game because it's a PC, but why would you want to cheat at what is basically a time waster game? All you do is clean things. Ooh, but speaking of time waster games where you clean things, I have been tempted to look into the drain simulator one. Not very tempted, mind you. Because watching actual people play it instead of just the sponsored gameplay is very different. but this looked interesting. Other than that, I did just download 2 new demos for puzzle games to see if I'll buy them. One is Chunks of like Sensara or something along those lines, just came out 3 years ago. Apparently award winning, so hopefully that one's good. It's based off the mythos of the Tower of Babel, so it looks like it's going to be like a language deduction type puzzle game. And the other one's more detective puzzle game, like the case or something Black Lagoon maybe or something along those lines. I didn't look too deep into the name, I just saw it had a demo and it was the puzzle type game, like, yeah, that'll do, give me the demo. So I'm sure I'll give those a shot, probably tomorrow. If I like them, maybe I'll even record them. And that'll be a less commentary style game, more of a me talking out loud while I get through the puzzles type game. So much less vloggy and more. I don't care if the camera's on, but I feel like it isn't, and I'm just talking to myself. Because I've wanted to record different things than just Powerwash. Like, I want to get back into Terraria, but I haven't been feeling like Terraria, unfortunately. Like, I've ummed and ahed the idea of recording Hightail, but I don't want to play that either, to be honest, right now. Kinda want to wait till it's in a more finished state. Going to areas that are really cool, but this, like, that's it, they're just really cool. There's not much else to do with them. And things don't seem to be working as intended or fully fleshed out. Like the main hub, for instance, in that game is very bare bones right now. Despite it being the main hub. Not a critique, mind you, it's early access. And it's an access to the game that was considered dead in the water for like years, so. Not that I ever cared about it before it actually became available to play. Like I'd heard it and I'm like, okay, cool, and then ignored it. Finding new things to do is also still being a bit of a struggle. And I don't know if I've gotten into my rationale behind why it is, but for the most part, it's because all my reading's done on Railroad, which is a website where people can upload their stories. A lot of them are lit RPG on Railroad, for the most part. Lit RPG being literary RPG, like role-playing game. So it's your normal, you get a stat system with a stat screen normally. Sometimes the system and stat screen is localized to only the MC, sometimes it's for everybody in the universe. Sometimes it's only like select people, like how magic users aren't everybody in certain verses, etc, etc. The other side of that being there's also cultivation, which is more Eastern philosophy type deal. Whereas honestly less tropey on Railroad than it would be if you're reading like cultivation written in the native language. Like, Eastern authors tend to be very tropey with their cultivation novels. Not that that's a bad thing, it's just what it is. But I'm once again forgetting all the buttons. What am I missing on the steps here? This? That, okay. But anyway, I got sidetracked. The reason why it's hard for me to find new things to read on there is because lately a lot of new authors put their genres and tags in the actual title of their works. Not like they worked it into their title, it's just, for example, there's one called Samurai Chef or Chef Samurai, and then in brackets it's got Isekai Lit RPG, instead of the title just being Samurai Chef. And to me that just screams, I'm not confident in my work. I don't know why, it's like almost feels a rational thing to think, but it's kind of how I'm viewing it. And I think it's also because a lot of the time when I've read works of people who've done that, they're not as good. So I have just started instinctively avoiding works that authors put the genres in the title. Because there's also the other side of that coin where ones authors that don't do that, I tend to enjoy their works more. Like, they're more well written. It's not a always case, like there are exceptions obviously, but ever since I've kind of made that self-rule for myself, I haven't even bothered starting any of the ones that start with a genre. I'm sure I will if I get desperate enough and there's nothing else I really want to read, but for now I'm still finding enough of the type I want to read that is keeping me busy. The current run I'm reading through the update so I get up to date with it is about a girl who was in some sort of accident in the real world. Both her parents died. She was left on her own in very damaged position, constant body pain, unable to work or do anything like that. So she obviously turned to games, like VR games, as they are in these novels. VR MMO type deal, like Sword Art Online for those not that familiar with the genre. But she one day goes to sleep and wakes up in the body of one of her characters in one of the more hardcore of those games. And in that game, she had given herself a daughter. So now she has a daughter. And obviously, her character in that game was one of the strongest. Even in the real world, she was one of the strongest players in that game. So yeah, she's kind of going through the motions of, oh shit, I have a daughter, I have someone to look after now. What the fuck? That's decent so far. It's not great. The author also seems to ignore edit suggestions when things get pointed out to be wrong. But I'm kind of used to that by now. On the other side of the reading aspect is books that I'm kind of on the fence about continuing. But the only one I'm kind of on the fence about right now is a Roman Legion that got isekai'd into another world. And yes, you did hear that right. An entire Roman Legion. And the main pulling point for that one what is or was, they're considered a single entity to the system. So they have a shared experience pool. They level up at the same time together. And most importantly, they have access to each and every one of their individual skills, that because the individuals still get skills, but they can slot them however they want, but they also get access to the entire pool of the entire legion. With the exception of, you can only grab the skills of people at the same level as you in the legion, not like level, but status level. Like soldiers can grab from each other, centurions can grab from each other, as well as the soldiers below them, etc., etc. Up until the Legatus, now Emperor. Because obviously Remini's an Emperor, and the Legatus being the highest ranked person there, becomes interim Emperor. Well, actual Emperor, but you know, same shit. So yeah. It's just that it's kind of got more into politicking side of things, sort of. Not quite, but it's less focused on the RPG aspects, which is what initially drew me to wanting to read it. So yeah, I'm on the fence about whether I continue or not. On the more visual media side of things, I am still struggling to watch anything new. Even things on YouTube for the most part. Like I'll still watch Smosh shows, which I really like Deputy, and certain games they put out. Why wasn't that switching? But like a lot of the other content I don't watch. Like I still can't get behind Bit City. Yeah, sometimes it's not turning. See, I just did that and it's getting stuck sometimes. And because I don't like podcast style content, I don't watch Smosh Alike either. Oh my god, just getting stuck is... Oh no, I know what's happening. It's because of my fucking keyboard. My keyboard's having issues right now where it double or triple taps the letters sometimes. So I've got to clean it and see if it's a cleaning issue or if I do just need a flat out new keyboard because it is quite old now. At the same time I gotta check my mouse. Well, I do kind of need a new mouse because the middle mouse button doesn't work, and one of the games that's in early access that recently got an update, Displaced, needs the middle mouse button to be able to play it at all because its camera movement is based on the middle mouse. It's a top-down ARPG style camera, but not ARPG game. Or like ARPG light, I would guess. I would dare say. There's no really skills or anything. Yo, man. I think the starting one is a Kruber this time. No, it was the first time. I can't remember what you start with this time. But you get to destroy everything. It's the spiritual sequence you dismantle. Where you are the man with the crowbar in the zombie apocalypse. You can destroy everything, upgrade, get better weapons, destroy more things, and eventually escape the island in which you live. And are the sole survivor of good game. I played it through 3 times and technically platinumed it twice. If you include the one on the PC being platinumed. I think I've done the castle. Oh, I have not done the castle. Ah, that's why it's B museum. I've still got that to do, but that's fine. This. What else? Looks like it's it though. Oh, I've been really tempted to watch the Avatar movie. That got leaked. Because there's no way I'm getting Paramount Plus to watch it. Like, they really fumbled hard thinking that people would be willing to get a subscription just to watch it. We just pirate the crap out of it. Like, seriously, just release it in theaters. I was so excited to go see it in the theaters. Corporate greed has to ruin everything good. They made all the characters look so good, except for Sokka. I kind of feel like Sokka just looks like Sokka. Which I get, he was always the oldest of the group. It's just, yeah. And you know, the fact that we're not seeing much of some of the side characters we got used to in the other one, like Nosuke. I thought I ended up with Sokka, but I'm not well versed in what happens after Antler. So I'm not a fan of Korra. Not Korra herself, just the show itself, like the setting. I don't like the more steampunky vibe. Like, Toph is a full-on muscle mummy now, and it's absolutely great. She grew up exactly how you would expect someone like her to. Aang became a full smoke show, so people can stop finally seeing him as just a goofy kid. Katara is always gonna grow up hot, like, you could all see it. Like, particularly in the episode The Lady of the Lake, where she was acting like, you know, this old mysterious spirit. Zuko being Zuko, everyone knew he was going to be, you know, him. And the long hair really sells it. Yeah. Still on the fence whether I watch it now or wait for it to be fully released and then pirate it. Because, you know, there's still final touches and stuff that are to be done to the movie. So, you know, there was still, what, 6 months out at least, 8 months out from being released. there's a couple of games I'm looking forward to, I just cannot remember them right now. I think there's supposed to be a new Tomb Raider game coming. That's more akin to the old Tomb Raider games, where it's based on a more competent Lara Croft and not the fresh-faced adventurer Lara Croft that's been in the previous trilogy, which I'd finished playing through and got the platinum on Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Can't remember if I mentioned that or not in the last episode. It was a struggle. I do remember now, I did mention it. Yeah, because I remember mentioning how much I died due to janky controls. Unless I just thought about having that conversation. I do that a lot too. Have conversations in my head that don't actually take place. Yeah, so I'm not good at that game. That'll be fun. I think they're basing it off, I forget her name, but she played Sansa in Game of Thrones. Oh, it's gonna bug me that I'm not remembering it. Yeah, I think it's basically off her, because she's gonna be the one in the next movie, I believe. Or maybe she is just doing the mocap for the game. Either or. Looking forward to that. The dev of Blueprints has done a little like teaser that there is going to be another game that will come eventually. Because he was asked about it at a Game Awards somewhere, I'm pretty sure. And he gave like the hint of the letter R. He's like, so whenever it happens down the line, just remember I had it in mind back now, so. Not expecting that anytime soon, but the fact that it's a possibility is all I care about, because Blueprints was my game of the year last year. The game was phenomenal. Hands down one of the best puzzle games I've ever played. There's just so much to it, like, I didn't even fully finish it. I got to, and spoiler obviously, I'm not going to tell you how to get there. I got to the blueprint portion. And that was enough to just kind of fry my brain a bit. Other than that, the only game I've been regularly playing is Teamfight Tactics on mobile. Because I'm not installing League on computer again if I can help it. Because TFT is fun. I just played Thomas Trials, which is the PvE mode, where you go through a set selection of rounds. That's a bit easier. I do win more often than not, unless I'm trying to do certain things and trying to force them. If I let the build actually go as it wants to, I win. But I always try and force things. Like in Slay the Spire 2, I still try and force all my daily challenge runs. Even if they're trying to do something specific, I'm like, no, I'm gonna do this instead. Satisfies 2 still in Axis, so that's why I'm doing it. Well, it's not why I'm doing it, but it's why I can justify myself doing it. I also don't try and get Ascension levels. It's like I'm at a Ascension 3 or 4 for Ironclad, 2 for the Silent and Necrobinder, and then 1 for the Regent and Defect. I believe. Could be wrong on a couple of those. But I know the Ironclad I'm the highest on because I've won 4 out of my 5 runs with him. Because there really is nothing simpler in that game than Unga Bunga, smash enemy and win. My favourite of the runs I won with him was the rock one. Turn all your attacks into giant rocks. So it's the epitome of Unga Bunga. I have no long how long I've been doing this. Bear with me. Where am I looking? Where am I looking? Where am I looking? Down the bottom, 40 minutes. Okay. Just trying to gauge, because I don't want spending too long. Especially when I'm already running out of things to talk about that aren't pressing as well. The things I have that I can talk about are the other novels I am reading, and it would be spoiling for any people who are reading them or may want to read them in the future. The stuff that's happening right now is there's a lot of stuff actively happening in them right now. I've also been feeling an itch to play more D&D lately, and I kind of blame my phone because it decided to start popping up with the looking for games subreddit again, like random posts of people looking for games. It's like, don't tempt me. I don't want to talk to new people, but I do want to play more D&D. The guy called me up, I do want to play, but I also don't want to talk to people. It's like, well, you can't have both. To play, you have to talk to people. And I know there's play by post, but that's not what I want to do. I want to roleplay with my friends. But I can't do that as much as I want to. Especially when I am extremely hypocritical when it comes to how often I want to do it. I know the easy answer is to just get my own game running again, but I still don't think I'm at a space where I can make the game to the quality I want it to be at. I want my game to be as good as I wish it could be. That's nice. I'm trying to decide where the cutoff's going to be. I might just do this. Speaking in the D&D aspect of things, I recently just made a whole bunch of Daggerheart characters for the campaign my friend's running that I'm in, because he wanted some like NPCs. So I went through and just created an absolute hodgepodge of ripped off characters of different genres, like anime, cartoons. Didn't do any book characters, mostly because I knew. No, I don't think I did any book characters. Can't remember exactly now. I don't think I did. Mostly because the ones I'm most familiar with are ones that don't actually fit the mold for Daggerheart. But one I'm really proud of doing was Goliath from the series Gargoyles. Because I'm like, what if I make a Clank that's a seraph, so he has wings? It's genius. It's Goliath. Because it even suits the archetype. Because he's protector. Because I had that idea brewing for a while, but I'm like, I'm making this one, I don't care. Like, I don't know the character well enough to want to play it myself, but I just want the character to exist. Still got more in the tank. I wanted to do more like Yu-Gi-Oh characters, because I did that for a while in D&D, where I just made certain Yu-Gi-Oh cards into player characters, like NPCs. Like I did Harpy Lady, Celtic Guardian, Aquamador. Who else was one other? I think I also did did I think I need Neo Devimon. I like building characters, I like the thought process. I like theory crafting, and that's why I like being a DM so much, and why I refuse to start my game again before I know it's something I'm going to be proud of. Still haven't decided if I'm going to retcon what happens in the Isekai or not. For you guys that Masters that played it. I still want to keep the stealth leveling, I think. Because I do want you guys to be strong. And I do still think I want to keep my characters separate. I just don't know how I want him to be separate. Because I know I've talked about this to you guys before, but I don't know if I want it to be the concurrently occurring where I'm just got separated from you guys, or if I want it to be I got shunted earlier in the timeline. And I'm kind of guiding you guys from behind the scenes by not being there. I've had like decades, if not longer, to grow powerful and acclimate to the world and whatnot. But also unknowing about when you guys would show up. That sort of thing. Because I know I don't want my DMPT to be with you, because I don't know if I can stop myself from metagaming. And if not spotlight hogging, then refusing the spotlight constantly. In fear of spotlight hogging. So I'd rather just remove that option entirely from me. That's okay. Did I do this? I did. Okay. So many random hatches. Castle casserole. That's so stupid. I'm definitely keeping some of the story beats I had planned that you didn't get to yet. Half because I already bought the minis, so I'm going to use them. And half because I do think it doesn't matter if I do retcon things, it's still a decent story beat that will make sense. Okay, where's the rest of Midtown? Oh, it does count as this. Okay. Wasn't sure if it counted that and that together, but they do. Oh, sorry, another tangent. I have been thinking about recording my gameplay of certain StarCraft 2 mods. Because I do enjoy playing random StarCraft games. And I figured why not just record them too. Like, I don't know if there'll be commentary on those ones if I did. Or if there would be like very limited commentary, because StarCraft 2 is a game I'm not great at. I need to actually pay attention to what I'm doing. I'll definitely forget to talk. It could just be random content I can upload. Thought about doing Pokemon runs. I'm currently doing a Retro Achievements Emerald run. Don't know if I'll get all the achievements though, because some seem very grindy and I don't care to do like the grindy post-game stuff where you have to use set level mons or whatnot. But I will do all the main game stuff at the very least. But the thing is, I'm nearly there. I've got one more gym badge and the Elite Four to do. And after that, you know, we'll see. So after the Emerald, then I might... I don't know if I'll do the DS ones because I don't like the DS emulator, but if it's through RetroArch, I might. So we'll have to see. Because if you're doing the achievements, you have to do it through RetroArch, so it uses its own... Well, sorry, but it's like a different setup. Like, I'm still gonna set it up, but you know, it feels like it runs differently, so I could possibly get through it that way. I still refuse to play Legends EA because just my first initial impressions of that game was just, this is so trash. It's not even half as good as Arceus was. And because Arceus is probably one of my favourite games ever, yeah. It just hurts too much to think about what could have been. Because it has less of a budget than Arceus did. Arceus had like 6 million more budget than Legends EA. And you had me excited with the whole ranks thing, and then if you find out that it's not all Z3A, you get to skip like 20 ranks. I liked the grind in the first game, going through 1 through 10. You just take that away. Feels cheap. fully understand the hype about the new Pragmata game. Like, I do and I don't. Like, I get it's a new IP that needs to be executed well. And it just does the whole, like, found family trope. Well, I think it's found family. She might actually be a family, but you get to be a dad, so same thing. Where people can, you know, have something to care about, a la Ellie in The Last of Us. Like the first one, obviously, not the second where you play as Ellie. There we go. But yeah, it just seems like it's just another... It's like a mix of Death Stranding and The Last of Us, I think. That's what I feel like it is. But Capcom has been doing good stuff. Like, I do enjoy the Resident Evil games. I'm not like a big fan of Resident Evil, but I have played through the last 3. I did Requiem, Village, and 7. You know, the one with the Bayou family. One sec. I did play through the remake of 2. But only 2. I didn't touch 4 or 3. Did miss the turret here. Did I miss any other turrets? So yeah, not a big fan of Resident Evil, but I have watched playthroughs of the other ones I didn't play. The 3 and 4 remakes, that is. I'm definitely not going back to the original games. Not my speed. But I think with that, I am actually... Oh, I wanted to do this side of it too. Okay. I don't want to do all that though. I just wanted to stick to the town. So yeah, I think with that, I am done with this episode for now. Hopefully the next episode won't take such a long break to come out. But I can't make promises because I definitely can't keep them. Anyway, thanks for watching and listening to me yap. And I'll catch y'all when I catch y'all next. Ciao.